And a good morning to you once more, Lagos. You're tuned in and listening to Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. Merry Christmas, everybody. There you go. And welcome officially into the Grapevine. It is 8:17, so we are running a little bit behind, but we got you. In the studio with me, I've got Santa himself, the bald-headed one, apparently. Yes, Chef Jeff is in here representing in true Santa colors. Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Good morning. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Santa's beard is black today, but you know.
And we've got Santa's little helper, Myst, is in here as well, also repping in the appropriate colors. Good morning.
Good morning.
I love it. I love it. Were these color choices deliberate this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
We thought that you would comply with us without
because she's a
any words.
Let me explain the way my life was settled.
Yeah.
I've not really had a night. I've had a continuation of days, but it's okay. I'm in this. Don't let the devil use you. That's what AQ is saying. That's one of the first songs we're listening to this morning. In true Grapevine tradition, we are going to run through brand new music first off. 2 tracks are out and there are 2 videos. One is from AQ. It's called Don't Let the Devil Use You. The other is a video from Mr. Eazi featuring King Promise and Maleek. It's called Dabebi. Yeah, I didn't make that up. Maybe he did though. So get ready to send us your messages. Send a WhatsApp message to 0809 444-0981, or you can simply tweet at Smooth981FM. Just use the hashtag Grapevine981. And without further ado, let's get into our first song for the morning. This one is from AQ. It's a video. It's called Don't Let the Devil Use You. And we did hear from AQ earlier this year. Let's not forget 100 Crowns came out. The Crown, the album, joint album with AQ and with Loose Canaan. But now it's just AQ on his own saying, don't let the devil use you. Don't let the devil use you. We made it all in good time. One time, now 2 times. 2 times, I'm a new round. Original, we move round. We made it all in good time. We made it all in good time. Bro, after old age, don't let it. Okay, we're back in. Clearly, it's rapper season still, and I think rap in Nigeria, or definitely Nigerian rap, has experienced a bit of a resurgence since we had that summer of back-to-back MCs dropping albums. So that was interesting. AQ is back now on his own. He's got a video out. It's called Don't Let the Devil Use You. What are your thoughts on the song and video? Because I think they've come out together. Actually, I'd love to know. Myst, I'm gonna start with you, girl.
First off, I love his delivery on this song. I like the way he just was like bouncing up and down with it. It was so clear and deliberate. I mean, it's not a very new song, but it's a good song. It will always, I think it will always be a good song. And I feel like this is a sensible way to ride off the hype of Lamb August. I feel like this is a good thing to do. Just stop putting your face everywhere. Then they shouldn't forget. And I feel like this is timely because, you know, historically, Chuck City has been known to kind of lag and delay and drag things out. So this is good. I'm happy to see that they are not doing that this time. And I hope that this is going to continue into the new year, like more of them, like AQ, Loose Canaan, MI. They should just keep giving us boom, boom, boom.
That's what
and what's the other young guy's name? The other one that was in Lamborghini.
Oh, Black Bones.
Black Bones. That one I'm looking forward to hearing.
Yes.
This is really good work.
Yeah.
This is good. I love it.
No, I love the colorful work that went into this one, and the delivery was really on point. I was waiting for Myst to say that she was on the song, but she wrote something somewhere. I was like, but you know, the message is clear. I think that even though it's not a new song anymore, this puts it back in that spotlight. It's a great video. Check it out.
All right, I like that. I did really like the song. I think I liked the song more than the video, but I also thought the video was kind of cute, to be fair. So I wasn't really mad at it.
Oh, and all those goons.
Yes, I know. I was like,
was there.
At one point, I wanted to be like, you don't know what you're doing. Leave this space. You leave this space. But it was good. It was definitely nice to see. A little bit refreshing there. And I like the message. I like when there's a bit of comedy thrown in with rap music, because you know.
You can get very serious.
Come on, act your age. But also, having said that, AQ, you know what I'm gonna say next, right? Because your tracksuit game, though, it's just let's keep it. Lagos. Coming up next, we still have more new music coming up. At this time, it's Mr. Eazi featuring King Promise and Maleek. It's called Dabebi. What do you think? Let us know.
Cupid, let's go. Girl, I want you your side. In the shoe, here with me. Me and you could be alright. Girl, I want to be your skin. Girl, I want you your side. You should be here.
Santa Claus with no gifts,
Shake that tape.
no bag in sight.
That I
It's
came
okay.
here is a miracle in its own
Thank
right.
you. No, we appreciate the gift of your presence, please. Don't leave your Christmas Day, guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. We're gonna take a very quick break. When we come back, we're gonna delve straight into our stories for this morning. We're gonna talk about a bit of a scandal that William Uchemba was caught up in, an alleged $1,000 UN conference fraud. But he is saying, no, it's not me. I've told you guys about scammers. I told you. I done told you. We'll give you the full details in just a bit. You're listening to The Grapevine. It is brought to you by Verve.
But thank God for this story, because just last night, or no, early this morning, I was telling myself on the drive home, I'm like, what is wrong with people? Why would he get this kind of platform and be using it to scam?
Yeah.
Like, it
didn't
boggled
make
my
sense,
brain.
yeah.
I'm
Considering
what
all the
kind
other
of-
things he was doing as well, I was like, why
this?
would he?
Why is this necessary? And in DMs, because in DM where there's evidence,
Like, nah.
so dumb.
I was like,
This
that's
makes
just not
more
intelligent, yeah.
And it's now not even on Twitter, so some of those other scam stories are not even him. Could never have been him. I'm happy for him that he's not on Twitter.
Yeah.
That was the easiest way to remove himself.
Yeah.
There is it.
Oh,
Very serious stuff. Serious allegations.
serious, so this is kind of something that ends people in court, in jail.
Yes.
Seriously.
Jail.
Ah,
Yeah.
just collect your name
You
and
know,
be
use it
using
as
it up and
example.
down, yeah.
How much was it? $1,900?
Yes, almost $2,000 there.
Disappointing.
First of all, I'm going to need your data page. And I'll send you a form. I'll send you a
I'm
form
really
to
giving
fill.
them instruction. Instruction.
Wow.
Not a joke. I'll reach out to you one day. I love that song. My neighbor's Christmas tree is popping.
that is the song.
Early morning, yes.
But the truth is,
Kids are
there's a lot
knocking.
of Christmas that is not happening. Oh. There's a lot of Christmas.
Santa
Like I was
Claus
telling my
is
son, was like,
coming
Mommy, why don't I see Christmas?
Yeah.
Because he was just,
Ooh,
he
that's
couldn't
rough.
understand. He was just in the car. He's like,
Yeah,
why can't I
that's
see
rough,
Christmas,
yeah.
Mommy? Why are there no lights?
Because usually by November, you're like, why are they
Dude,
rushing this Christmas right now?
banks,
But
buildings,
yeah.
offices, homes,
this street looks
everywhere.
bare. Like,
Homes usually
everywhere
are
is
pretty lit.
empty. It is
Yeah.
dry.
It's
And
only the
people are selling
standard.
it like it is gold. All those bubbles and
Yeah.
garlands, and everything is like
The cost is
gold
up.
now. Those lights are gold.
That cost is
When people
up.
want to buy food, they have not even bought Christmas. See, me and my colleagues weren't paid November and December. So we're out here looking. My boss left the office the whole last week of work. He disappeared. Because I'm sure he couldn't face us to say,
Yeah.
guys,
there's nothing I can do for
he
you.
couldn't face us.
Yeah.
When there's school fees coming in January,
Nah, bro.
there's rent, there are all kind of
bro.
things that happen at the beginning of the year. Then, and then one of my colleagues was almost weeping.
You can only
I had to go and give her a Christmas tree. She was like, what is she going to do? That her child has been shouting she wants Christmas tree. Maybe they're old already, you know.
Heartbreaking. Yeah.
My uncle's birthday today. Happy birthday, Uncle
But
Ben.
fortunately, I still had one extra year, so I was like, I will bring it. I just told my son, I'm like, we're going to go and do it. I was like, let's go. Because he couldn't understand, like, you know, when children are just like, they don't, my children don't have a Christmas tree. Can I come with you to give them? I think he was so bound for them. And this is a child that has me a best Christmas card. Like, I was just like,
That's rough.
Not easy. Yeah.
What in?
Not easy.
Okay, studio. Merry Christmas, everybody. You are listening to Smooth 98.1 right now. It's the Grapevine with myself, Folu. In the studio with me, I've got Chef Jeff and I've got Myst. Yes, and the Grapevine is brought to you by Verve this morning, and it's just in time for us to delve into our gist of the day. So just 24 hours to Christmas, famous child actor and comedian Williams Uchemba has been accused of multiple fraud allegations by a group of young Nigerians. Now, the story was that Williams Uchemba had posed as Nigeria's youth ambassador to the United Nations, but he has denied the fraud allegations leveled against him. In what could be described as a rather successful year for him, we're being told that there are people who accuse the activist claiming that he took $1,000 from them to register them as delegates for a United Nations conference. Now, this thing went so far because it started when a US-based activist named Edafe Okporo shared a screenshot of a chat thread with the former child actor, revealing information on how to register delegates to attend a UN Youth Assembly. Now, fast forward, after complaints had come out from different people, they contacted the UN Youth Envoy Jayathma Wickramanayake. And I think they're from Madagascar, because that's...
Don't bite it.
I did my best there. I'm sure I destroyed their ancestors' names, and I apologize. But they made it known to her. She had to put out an official statement to say, listen, it's come to our attention that there are some individuals and organizations claiming an affiliation with the office. Please note, we don't charge a fee for participating, so on and so forth. But a little bit after the news broke, the Instagram comedian did take to social media to clear the air. He says, first of all, I've said it tons of times, be careful with scammers. I've posted a lot of pictures of people using my name to defraud other people. I've reported a lot of accounts. As a matter of fact, there is a guy on Twitter. I am not on Twitter. I've never had a Twitter account. He has 15,000 followers and is posing to be me. His name is Uchemba, and a lot of people he's defrauded have called me to say there is somebody using that name, and I don't know what to do about that, he said in one of the videos he posted to Instagram. And so hours after that, the guy who first came out to say, listen, this is what's happening, did say, okay, this has been miscommunication, and Uchemba was saying, well, thank you for owning up to that, but...
Yeah, damage has been done. Damage has been done.
Yes, because the first thing people are seeing is, oh, this big guy, fraud.
Yeah. They don't go further in the story, unfortunately. That's the nature of things in Nigeria, unfortunately.
It's the nature of things in general, the world.
Yeah, but it's a good
you
thing
want to
that
hide
he did
something,
put
write
something
it.
out, though. It's a good thing that he did put something out there, and it's good that we have this platform to let people know what the truth is.
Yes, yes. So Uchemba has denied all of that. He says he's not involved. Unfortunately, it's another one of those situations where scammers or fraudsters are using a famous person's name to gain funds from somebody else. So please, to everybody out there, be careful.
Yes.
If you are trying to do work with somebody famous and they're telling you you have to do this, you have to it should raise some alarm bells. But there you go, we're doing our due diligence here, doing our work. Okay, moving on. But speaking of fraud, somebody else has been arrested for fraud, and it's official. Kwamon's son Sultan has been arrested with 8 others for $2 million fraud in the US. So that's King Wasiu Ayinde Marshall's son. They have confirmed that Sultan Anifoshe has been arrested. Of course, his father is saying, listen, he's not a fraudster. That's the one thing that's not correct, and we need to clear up this issue. But he's been picked up for apparently dealing in romance scams and mystery shopper tricks, along with a group of other young Nigerians, 9 Nigerians. And it's so unfortunate that we keep being caught, or Nigerians and our name keeps being used in connection with fraudulent activities.
Is it not painful to you when you watch people like Trevor Noah on The Daily Show and all these shows, and they talk about, oh, I'm about to be a Nigerian prince, and then they just keep making us out to be so horrible.
It's a horrible joke.
I mean, isn't he a Nigerian prince now? Isn't he?
Wow.
Like his father is king.
Exactly.
Sultan.
Exactly.
It's really sad, and I feel like at the end of the day, the people that are doing these things are being incredibly short-sighted. First of all, you're doing it in a country that actually has laws and agencies that look out for people like you, which means that you already know that there's a large amount of risk associated with what you're doing. And then beyond that, what you're doing discredits a lot of people, including your unborn or born children. And it doesn't matter to you, because right now it's all about your immediate gain. First of all, some people can't do these things for too long. Eventually, they're going to want to go clean up that dirty money. But while you're doing that, you've forgotten that you've created this karma that will come back at some point on you, on your family, on people that you know. And beyond karma, even just the reputation of the people that are associated with the country, like that are born with our names. We can only change our names so far. Guy, your name is Falake. Your name is Tunde. Your name is Chukwuemeka. Look, there's no way you're going there. You're going to just
no matter what you try to say, somebody's going to squint at you and just say,
are you
Nigerian? Are you Princess Falake?
Yes, but you know, I actually am.
Oh, she princess in the building. But really worrying stuff, and I really hope that we can get ourselves out of that. We shouldn't be so eager to live so far above our means that we resort to fraud and terrible ways of gaining this money. Speaking of which, I think that actually should take us, let's go to this Olamide song. I think that actually takes us very nicely to that one, Logo Benz. So, how far will you go to get money? This is an important question, because right now Olamide and Lil Kesh are responding to criticisms of the lyrics to Logo Benz. He teamed up with Lil Kesh on that single, and they come under heavy criticism because of some of the lyrics, which seemingly they say glorifies money rituals, with lyrics that say if money no enter, I go do blood money. Now, what Olamide has been saying is, again, similar to science students, remember this, that this is for the third party to have a glimpse into the current state of youth in our society, saying we're not promoting that what... If Lil Kesh says we're not promoting what doesn't exist, is awareness that we are doing. Dum, 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 dum. What are your thoughts? Because this is always a contentious issue when it comes up, and it's the second time we're seeing Olamide step in this sort of scenario. So it can't be by accident; it must be deliberate. Because the first time we thought, or we said, well, no, because people are criticizing you, now you're spinning it. But we're back again into this depiction of societal ills in a way that seems to glorify it, and that's what people are concerned about. That why are you talking about this? Why are you going in that direction?
Major social ills right now, and especially at this time of the year.
But
when
this is the reality.
It is rampant. But you see, that's the thing. Let me put it to you from a songwriter's point of view. The thing was with science student.
Yeah.
He was not even talking about himself.
Yeah.
He was saying our science student. It was almost like talking about other people, singing about other people. In this one, it was in the first party. It was like, I go do blood money. First of all, that is BS that he's saying that, it's about a third party thing. Because the truth is, there were many ways he could have coined this phrase that would have made it clear that he wasn't saying that is the way to go. Because his words are very, very straightforward. If money no enter, I go do blood money. What does that mean? To the average, especially in an era where someone just said that the music out now is Yahoo Boy gospel. That's a lot of what we have now. The kind of prayers that Yahoo Boys and fraudsters would be praying. Make the what was that thing they always calling it? Magas and made the wire enter.
But it's been around for a while.
For a while,
because
but
at that time we weren't complaining or shout hallelujah.
There were people that were complaining, which was why when Colin Powell danced to that song.
Yes, his people complain because they understand the gravity of bringing it in that way. But it had been a part of what we've been doing in Nigeria for a long, long time. For time. And I think it's time for us to actually discuss it and put an end to it. Because if you want to talk about it properly, as a person that is as influential as Olamide, he does have a responsibility. Now let me put it to you this way, and I completely hear what you're saying. But in the converse, if he had put it in a way where he was like saying this is bad, would we be talking about it?
No, I don't even think that's what he should have done.
No, but this is part, because if he wants to exactly that, and that's sort of the position that I feel also we should consider here, is that there are a lot of songs where people preach against things, and we think of them as that they're preaching, switch it off, and so you don't even pay attention. But when he puts it in a visceral, immediate way of saying, you know what, me, yes, look at me. If I say I'm going to do this, why are you getting mad? Because this is what is happening. This is the reality. So let's discuss it. Let's look this ugly beast in the face and talk about it.
I actually do, which is why I'm saying I preferred the way he did science students. Not that it shouldn't be done. Not that it should not be talked about like it's not happening. It's happening.
It is happening.
But when you don't make it a direct, I would do it. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I can't. I'm just, trying to look at.
No, I get you. I understand. No, you're correct. Because it is frightening. It's frightening. And I remember when I saw that there was an uproar about Logo Benz, I was like, what's going on? I do confess I still need to go sit down and listen to the song properly, beginning to end. But that's sort of my take on that. But now let's move on to lighter or rounder matters. Yemi Alade and Tiwa Savage. Yes, I did say that. I absolutely did. And the reason I said that is because Yemi Alade and Tiwa sort of got into a bit of a spat, which is curious. They termed it even an embarrassing spat because it had to do with their derriere, the posterior, and what people are being deceived by. Yemi Alade tweeted saying, listen, stop increasing your behind in your pictures. You know you are straight like I. Embrace your real self. Deceiving fans up and down. Now, she's not the first person to ever said something like this, because we also know that people say, you're sucking out fat from your belly and putting it in your butt, and you're telling people this is a gym body. So again, we've seen this sort of criticism from females to other females about how they're portraying their figures. But in this situation, Tiwa took it personally,
And
as
decided
they
it was
sobbed
her.
at her. And she went on her Insta stories and then said, do you know what? Don't start a war you cannot finish. Trust me, I'm not the one. I'm quiet, but don't bleep with me. And then posted a couple pictures of her behind. Just say, you know, because I'm petty, I had plenty more, but let me not break your screen guard. Let sleeping dogs lie in wood is enough for the West. I feel like that was a Nigerian movie sign off.
Yeah, that basically is it. I mean, I'm just gonna come at Ariana Grande the situation. Like, I know that there are grown women arguing online about their derrieres, but
did you see Open
seriously.
yesterday? That's what I'm gonna say. Titi Lokwe was fantastic. Ooh, sorry, I had to digress there because that was a serious thing.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, Asteria.
Teacher me.
Please.
So here's what I think. I feel like Tiwa, she jumped on this because she must have heard something. Like something must have made her believe this was a shot directly at her.
She probably had good reason to think so.
And then you know they've also recently had spats
bit of
between
friction.
them.
Okay.
Yeah, Yemi, Alade and Tiwa Savage have had in the past a lot of like little nicely orchestrated by the fans beefs between them. So I mean I can't understand this. But on the flip side of the coin, Yemi was saying what she wanted to say. And I feel like what she said was not even out of line. And which is why I appreciate the fact that she said she's not even defending herself. But if you took offense, so calm down. Do you understand? But the truth is, that thing you said about pumping fat from the belly, taking it to the posterior. Did you know, listen, the world people, did you know that that is actually the most dangerous surgery in the world? Apparently, the vein that takes blood to the heart is literally less than an inch under the muscle of the of the bum. And then when they pump fat, it doesn't take very much for it to sleep, for that fat to sleep into that vein, or is it the artery, and then just go straight to the heart. So they have even been talking about don't do it anymore, guys, don't do this. So if she's talking, she's talking, and if you feel like it's at you, if you should not mention your name, don't be taking it pee. Keep doing what you're doing if you're okay with it.
It does sound a little targeted, but of course it's not.
It was targeted. Come on now, I should talk to a specific person.
Alright. Guys, we're going to take a very, very quick break. When we come back, we'll round up with these stories. We've got this message from Biggie from K2 says, you're all speaking for him, talking about Williams Uchemba. I see this case with Williams is not clear and clean because the UN envoy had come out to deny him, saying that they don't know who he is. What does he have to say?
He's not a UN ambassador. He actually said that.
Yeah, on his page it says Nigerian Youth Rep Youth Assembly.
Yes, they do their meetings at the UN, but they are not a part of the UN, and he made it very clear.
Different. Lagos, we'll be back in just a bit. Because we don't read. We don't read. We just do 2 and 2 is 5.
That's it.
If you will know they don't read when you read like maybe a blog, the heading.
Picture.
They don't read the story. They'll comment based on the heading.
For awards, for the.
Do you want me to pause the video?
Yes, thank you. Happy holidays to all. You are tuned in and listening to the Grapevine on Smooth Breakfast. It is brought to you by Verve. Lots of messages coming in. Let's get into them. MI from Akoka says, most Nigerians are not very good with semantics. Held at the UN and held by the UN sound like 6 and half a dozen to some people. I just hope his position is legit and he can clear this up because it doesn't look squeaky clean. The statement released by that body is a tiger's tail to this that twists the tail. Ecuador, curious Missy, thank you very much. I appreciate it. No, you're very right, but also let's not forget that people sometimes will affiliate with certain organizations because they know it does look good for them. It does look prestigious. By meeting at the UN building, I've got a reason to be at the UN building, which is nice. It doesn't mean that I work for the UN. But yes, also it is to create a certain impression. We've got more in. Shag Money says, I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I love your show like a fat kid loves ice cream. Oh, bring us some next time. Cruz says, Nigerian Prince and Yahoo Boys or G-Boy stories aren't going anyway anytime soon. Artists may lend to their voices to the matter in sensitization or otherwise, but when we don't take reorientation seriously, even Falz's attempt will be politicized. Remember, this is Nigeria. And on the bumper matter, I'm just a smiling observer, though I wish we were discussing future instead of past. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And Zook from Yaba says, Yemi made a porous statement and people started catching wet feet and defending their insecurities in threads. Tiwa confirmed her beef with Yemi by doing that. Well, up on Twitter, Olori Africa says, I honestly feel that people don't have any moral right to criticize Olamide and Lil Kesh. He got the influence that is airplay radio video himself, so he has the right to do what he wants with it. So please watch the statistics of influence of gospel music.
Wow.
That's actually
I'm
really
on loud,
Okay,
girl.
wow.
Loud. Speaking of loud things, Wizkid came out to say the other day that listen, no, I don't know, say Nami come beg you for that song, talking to Duncan Mighty on Fake Love. Now I personally actually keep referring to it as Duncan Mighty's Fake Love because that's how I think of it.
Yeah.
But a number of people, and I know I was asked this question recently on the end of year review about do I feel that Wizkid resurrected Duncan Mighty's career, and I remember just saying, put some respect on Duncan's name. Like
He's never died.
he
though.
didn't. Just because you are just popping into it now, he's been popping. He's been popping. Just leave him alone. But he did have a stellar year. I have to say,
He did.
22 songs.
Yes.
22 songs, out of
That's
which
crazy.
several of which were just hits.
That's
like hits,
crazy.
Like hits, back to back hits.
See, so I think that was very big of Wizkid to come out and just clear the air on that. To say, listen, Egon, and let me wake up, beg you, please, no vex. They don't know what they are doing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize. But very interesting stuff there. Speaking of interesting other things that are happening in entertainment, Mo Abudu was elected and appointed a director of the International Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, the organization responsible for staging the world-famous International Emmy Awards. Guys, this is pretty big stuff here, and I know a lot of people right now just want to die. Kill themselves. And I say this because Mo Abudu is a figure that attracts, she polarizes people.
Yes.
You love her, and you're either in the anti-Mo camp or you just really like this man. What is she even doing?
She has a lot of negative.
People love to hate her.
Yeah.
That is the truth. People
But the
do love
truth
to
is
hate
that
her.
she's done so much in terms of pushing media forwards in the
Yes.
country, especially with what we offer on TV.
Quality.
And so you can't really take that away from her. And so on that basis, I can definitely say this is definitely something
This
that's
is
very
well
good to hear.
earned.
This is well earned.
She's put her back
Yeah.
into it.
She's put a lot into it. As a member of the board, she joins a select group of about 100 directors who are international executives from leading channels, production, and distribution companies. She's expected to attend board and members meetings 3 or 4 times a year, giving her the opportunity to network with her peers. And on hearing the news, she of course was expressing her delight, saying, I've always wanted to be a member of the International Academy to help make African voices heard when it comes to nominating and rewarding the world's best television shows. So to be approved as a director, that's even better, because we need a seat at the table when important decisions about our industry are being made, and I am grateful to the Academy for their confidence in me. Yes, that's a round of applause. Like you, I can't even be mad at however upset you want to be upset, that's fine, but what are you doing?
You know, she's a forward thinker, so she's already thinking about how she's going to capitalize on
Leverage.
this.
She already has a plan, guys.
Positioning.
So obvious.
Wanna position there. Very serious stuff coming up. But big congratulations to her. That's very, very big news, and what a way to round off the year for her. Speaking of people rounding off the year in a fantastic way, Funke Akindele and JJC Skillz, welcome twins on Saturday. And I remember seeing social media and everyone saying congrats. I was like, what's happened? I had to do some FBI investigative work, and I was like, what? That was very, very exciting. They did get married 2016. Their bond seems to be waxing stronger every day. We do remember there was rumor of a miscarriage sometime down the line, but it's so nice to see people sort of rounding off the year like this, or herself, Tools. It's beautiful stuff, guys.
It's exciting. It's lovely.
Tis the season. Tis the season.
I mean, did you see Apollo's video where he was up and down like a mad person screaming, hey, you know, the truth is, apparently Nathaniel Bassey, the gospel singer, had predicted that this was going to happen. Exactly. But why were people so negative towards her before this? Like, what was the beef? Why were people so happy that she hadn't had a kid? Or what's wrong with human beings?
It is terrible that we almost seem to enjoy the negative as opposed to the positive. But listen, I think also the outpouring of love for them though at this time is so beautiful, and it should tell you the amount of goodwill and good feeling that people have towards Funke.
Because she does put out so much love and happiness into the world, and I think she deserves
every little bit she's getting. So a big congratulations to you, Mama. We're very excited for you. God bless your family. God bless your home. Just keep it safe, keep it well, and keep making us laugh, girl. You know you funny. A final bit of international news: American singer and songwriter Meghan Trainor has got married as well on her 25th birthday. She married Hollywood actor Daryl Sabara. They got engaged last year. It was very cute. It was in front of 100 people, private ceremony. They did it at the pair's Los Angeles home. Obviously, this is how you're supposed to marry your house.
You know, I'm happy seeing that they got engaged last year, not last month or 6 weeks ago, because I'd just be singing American Wedding in my head again.
People now? Why?
No, but I mean, you know, this boy from Spy Kids is like one of our favorites from children's movies. He's big guys. Yeah, my son loves this boy, and he's just 26 as well. But it's good to see that these are 2 young people that took the time, like Jeff is saying, to be sure. And I really hope that this lasts. Yes, you know, because I just really love, and this is beautiful.
It is beautiful. And we'll round up with your messages, because we love you guys. You know, whenever you message us, that's the love that you share with us, and it's so emotional. Sorry. MI from Akoka says, when you are at the top, you become a topic. Auntie Mo has paid her dues. Take it or leave it. She be making major moves. No dancing in 2019. Yes, let's have the politicians know. One Big E from K2 says, the way Olamide and Lil Kesh sing these days is of societal issues. Even in Poverty Die, he portrays young... Yeah, it is of societal issues. Because even in Poverty Die, he portrays young guys pressing laptop in a big room. What is he saying to the youth? I remember in Hallelujah Challenge, it was rumored that they would have twins. Then switching to talk about Funke, that is absolutely true, very true. And we've got this in also from Cruz. Says congrats to Funke and JJC. 2018 has been good to Olamide. Also, he's gradually turning to an honorable. He looks healthy. Plenty of enjoyment. Something. I love Olamide though. It says, and on the last note, the relative humidity is seriously fluctuating, creaming her body and.
I don't like all this.
I'm weak on that note. Let's just finish me. We're done. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. I have to say, sorry, yesterday I went out to the most amazing poetry show. Titi Lokwe Shonaga, now Titi Lokwe Williams. I keep having to remember her new name. Had open, and it was gorgeous. I'm going to be putting up pictures. You'll be able to see them. And I just thought, this is how life is supposed to be. Lindsay performed. We had Ronti was there as well. Jessica Bongos was in town.
Nice.
I mean, all the great Happy Job voice. I was like, wow.
You're having a moment.
Honestly, Lagos, time to go. Good morning. We're keeping along the smooth breakfast because for Lagos Talks, it will be just Christmas songs. All right, don't go anywhere.